basics of this with me. I spent the last hour trying to make this ramp. And I couldn't move. Oh, now
You're under the map, bro.
I couldn't move there, eh?
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to make this shit like
Going like glacial pace. So we'll just go over those icons that we have up there, right?
yeah,
Okay, so the first one is the mouse. That just means you can click on
select
objects that you have
objects. Yeah.
placed in the scene. Pretty simple. That one is when you play. Okay, do me a favor. Click on that square with a box. The square with the plus sign in the top right, left-hand corner. Sorry. Go in the search bar,
Mhm.
and just type cube.
Oh yeah, we'll put a cube.
And drag and drop that cube in. Okay, so that movement button gives you the ability to move the cube along the axes, and if you hold the circle, you can free move it, like the circle in the middle. The next button over gives you the ability to rotate your object. Yep, and then you can resize with the next button. And this one that I found, this one here, the button next to it, I believe it pops it to the nearest axis.
Yes, this one here.
Yeah,
It goes
and
in
then
an instance of
so what you
axis.
can do is toggling that means that you can fine scroll it with movement.
Mm-hmm.
So you can it doesn't pop to axes.
Yes.
That one is the same deal, but for rotation, and that one is for resizing things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this button that has bested old Lethal Chase with us is the button that controls your movement speed of how you move your camera.
And how do we do that? We push the right click button.
Right click button, and then you move with WASD like you're in a video game.
And E is up. I don't actually know the
Q
down.
is down. Q is
Q
down.
is down. I was like, I sculpt in Maya. I use Maya. I've
Technical devs who are learning about wireframes, if you click that square that's next to the camera control speed on the right hand side,
here.
that gives you your wireframes.
Oh, cool. So that's our. So this is our viewport, and look at top down wireframe. We front, back, left, cinematic viewport, and default viewport. So we're going to go to perspective. So we're in this.
And if you go back to the square, squares, control, they will have a simultaneous view of a perspective, top, back, and right, but you can change them.
This is also very similar to Maya or any other sculpting tools like Blender. You are able to see these different viewports that will update at the same time. And it's a good idea to check into this space as you're working. Camera speed up a little bit faster because
If you want like some tips on how to get started real fast that I got from some awesome guy on YouTube, if you click that box again, that box next to selection mode, click that drop down and go to Quixel Bridge, the second option.
Sorry, I'm dyslexic and I can't read.
That's why I said the second option. You can get free assets that you can import straight to your project.
Cool.
And so these circle kind of
Those are your
assets here,
textures.
those are what Unreal calls materials that you can put on static frames. Completely changes things when you use materials. That's how you make something look from like, just a shape to something amazing.
Okay, so
but all of that stuff is free on Quixel Bridge, and that's like direct access, and that's not even including the stuff that you can get free on the Unreal Marketplace, which is amazing.
And there's so many places where you can get good assets. So now I'm going to go into landscape. We're going to be on our sculpt. We're going to do a ramp. We're going to do another ramp from here to we probably put it here and that. And push enter.
Oh.
Mode, so it's a little faster. I swear it was faster before.
The go camera speed scaler, the option below it, you can up that to like go 2.0. There we go. The thing is that if you think you're capped with your camera speed, you can always just up the scaler if you want to zoom, because like like we got to think about this as well. A lot of the games made on Unreal are like open world roamers as well, so they need to get around their map real fast.
How I can close this gap because I didn't put this on. I think we could probably put some craggy rocks or something down there. One
Oh my god! Wait, no, 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 no! That could be the door where the doorway is. In
or
like that part in between, that could be where our two
oh my
adventurers find
god,
their.
yes, because where your craggy where your things
Yeah,
set
like they
up.
could, because they're running. The woods could be on the like this side of the plate, and then they get to that alcove, and in that alcove is where the door, like the portal.
Goes.
That's fucking sick, bro. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then
No, we could.
I'm gonna get this is gonna be all icy. All around here is all gonna be ice.
Yeah.
And
There.
it's just
Well, should we make it like icy tundra-ish because there has to
mm-hmm.
be a bit of wooded area.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking, like a mixture between.
Yeah.
What I was thinking actually is making the village, this map to be the village.
Yeah.
So if we
That's a
put
good
the
idea.
village over in here,
Yeah.
like behind this big ramp, and we'll put the village in here, and then that might go to like a more wooden derelict tundra. Like you know how
Mhm.
mixing the via because the ice is corrupted by via magic, and then mixing that valor in the
Explain back.
icy biome, right? So they're all still
Yeah.
because my understanding is that there was once beautiful and lush and amazing, and then through the corruption, slowly it become icy. So and then they all the village almost all died, and the two
Yeah.
adventurers
But
go out and seek help, and
it,
then in the ice wraithness turns the whole place to like
because it was like in my understanding, I was like the village was yes originally. So like I think what I'm trying to ask is, are we capturing the village? Because the attack on the village is the catalyst for creating the ice wraith, essentially.
this area here will be like the portal scene you made. There'll
Hmm.
be
Foresty.
foresty going into a slightly more beautiful ice biome, and then
Yep.
then we'll make another map where it's ice capped mountains, but you can still see the tussock.
Created kind of like a valley or a gorge almost
Mm-hmm.
of like snowy mountains with these like trenches, and I'm going to figure out how to put a blizzard effect in, but I need to find a way to
Like
kind of isolate.
particles maybe.
Yeah, it's a mixture of that, and then you've got to add sound and all that yada yada. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's more like I need to figure out a way because the idea that I had was to isolate the storm to just this kind of
Yes.
valley part. Enter into the ice, like ice god's realm or the
Mm-hmm.
ice fire's realm. It is stormy and the visibility is quite low, but I need to figure out a way to isolate it to just this one part. But then as you walk through and you get closer to the shrine and you find this kind of shrine opening and you see these pillars kind of guiding your
Mm-hmm.
way, it opens up to this area behind here, which is going to be a glacial blue clear haven, no storm, no fog, no nothing,
Mm.
and it's just nice and serene and clear, and that's where you have your audience with the ice god. But what they see, like just walking through
That's
here.
cool.
This will be where like our players will eventually have their own audience with the Ice Spire. All this new content or like this content that we're creating, we want to kind of acknowledge it as we progress through by having
Yes.
it not only as like a cool cinematic, but a place that the players can actually be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I saw a video on this, and now I'm walking through here." Like that's
And
always a fun little moment.
like 5 years when we actually do release Sisters of Chaos, our commercialized game, but us making these cinematics is like referenceable points for people to be like, oh my god, I remember this from 5 years ago when you're actually playing the game. Me, right now, over this 5 years, I just really want to get our content, our name. I think it's just getting people used to knowing us, showcasing our lore because big universes where it's just such a conglomerate of culture and society and players. I think it's really important for us to showcase these cinematics around one, our skills progression, and how fucking great we are at storytelling.
Also, kind of creating an open-ended narrative as well. Kind of like it's allowing people to insert themselves properly.
Mm. Sign off for the rest of the day because it is 4 o'clock, and we're going to work on some more Unreal stuff on Thursday. Thank you for tuning in for our first YouTube video.
Bye.